Jaren Jackson Jr. might be on the verge to have one of his best seasons of his career. Of course, coming off the injury, things are looking good for the forward of the Memphis Grizzlies. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Grizzlies Digest. I am Tristan Harlen, and do not adjust your TV sets or your computers. I am back. Now, I know my background looks a little bare right now. I apologize for that. I've been moving my room around, moving my office around, doing a lot of stuff, and thus I have not put my Grizzly stuff back up. But don't fear. It will be back up soon. Maybe not in the next couple of videos you're going to see me on, but it will be back up soon. I'm just lazy. Haven't done it yet. But before we begin, of course, what else will we do besides talking about subscribers? 35.6% of you guys are subscribed. To those 35.6% of you guys, I say thank you so much. To my 64.4% of you guys that are not subscribed, come on now. What are we doing? Got to click that subscribe button. And I know I'm not wearing a Grizzlies hat today. I usually am. But I just wanted to go ahead and say I am going to be doing the play-by-play announcing for the Pulaski Academy Bruins on PA Live and the National State Sports Network. So if you like hearing your boys' voice and you want to watch some high school football, go ahead and tune in over there. Because, hey, the Pulaski Academy Bruins, they're going to be pretty good this year. I hope. But nonetheless, time to talk about Jaren Jackson Jr. Now, I know a lot of people are already thinking, well, Tristan, he's hurt. He had surgery on his toe. He had turf toe right after he signed his contract extension. What do you mean he's going to be up for one of the best statistical years he's ever had? Well, let me tell you this, okay? Now, I myself have never had turf toe, but I can imagine for someone who's almost 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that, to have surgery to relieve tension and stress on a ligament like the toe with what Jaren Jackson Jr. does for a living, I would say this is going to make him play a lot better. Now, again, all this kind of relies on if the scheme's right when it comes to the new coaching staff for the Grizzlies. But let's be real here. I definitely think this is going to be the year that Jaren Jackson arguably is one of the top 5 power forwards in the league. Now, again, I know he's going to be competing for that top spot with guys like Giannis Antetokounmpo and others, but I mean, even prior to the surgery, Jaren Jackson was a top 5 power forward in the league. Former Defensive Player of the Year and all that good stuff. But, I mean, you look at the recent news for Jaren Jackson Jr., he's going to be reevaluated in 12 weeks, which is about 80-something days. Then so going from bottom to up, of course, last season, he scored 22 in a loss, struggled in the elimination game. He signed a new contract. He underwent the toe procedure. And then he's going to be reevaluated in 12 weeks. Now, that was July 2nd. This is now August 27th. So, I mean, a lot of time has passed since the surgery. And from what I'm hearing, now, I try to say this with a grain of salt just in case I'm getting this from a bad source. What I'm hearing is that he's no longer in a walking boot. He's no longer needing to have that sort of protection on his foot. So, as I said previously, he possibly could be ready by opening night. Now, again, this is the same guy who has 3 all-defensive teams to his name. He was named to the all-rookie team, 2-time NBA All-Star, 1-time Defensive Player of the Month, Player of the Week, and NBA Player of the Week. Now, granted, everybody's going to have their own opinions. I know some people in the comments said that Nick Claxton or whatever, however the hell you say his name, was better than Jaren. I don't think that's the case, personally. I don't. I mean, if you think he's better than Jaren, then I don't even know why you're a Grizzlies fan. But anyways, the way it's looking, now, of course, I have stats to back it up. In the last 2 seasons, he scored a career high 22 points. Last season, he had a career high in field goals made with 8. Now, again, we talked about rebounding here on this channel with me. He has not averaged more rebounds than he has in the 2022-2023 season, But, I mean, here's the thing, okay? A lot of people are doubting the Grizzlies. Now, people are going to go in the comments and they're going to say that I'm stupid and that I don't know what I'm talking about. And then others are going to call me the voice of Grizzlies Digest. But the fact of the matter is this, okay? you have your two superstars in John Jaren. We know this. Everybody knows this. From Memphis to Milwaukee to DC to Canada knows that the two superstars in Memphis is John Jaren. The problem is, and it's not really a problem. More say is something the Grizzlies fans don't take into account, is that everybody is stuck in the grit and grind era. And what I mean by that is, it's not the fact that they still think these players are playing it for the Grizzlies. They're so accustomed to winning, whether that's going to the Western Conference Finals in 2013, making a numerous amount of playoff appearances and getting close and then losing because of injuries or, questionable officiating. What I mean by that is that, to me, it feels like if these superstars aren't going out there scoring 20 to 25 a night, people are saying, "Oh, the Grizzlies are going to lose. They're going to tank. They're going to play horrible. They're going to draft what's his name's son? Is it Carlos Boozer's son? I can't remember off the top of my head because we have a long time before the draft. And when it comes to things like that, it definitely feels like there's no patience and there's no deeper dive into a player profile. And that's kind of what I want to do for the remainder time I'm on here on this video. Now, I'm going to be dropping, I'm dropping, so this video is going to come out today. I'm dropping 2 today. So this one, another one. And then tomorrow I'll have 2. So you'll have 4 videos with your boy, T. Harlen, for this week. And then Friday, of course, I'll be calling the Pulaski Academy versus Robinson game. So I won't be on the channel Friday, and then I'll be back as soon as I can. But when it comes to understanding who Jaren is who he is as a player, I mean, you can go back and you can look at his stats and look. I was doing so good, and I did it again. Goofy me, but. You can go back and you look at the stats. I mean, outside of the 2020 season, Jaren has played in at least 50 games every season of his career. Now, of course, when he was a rookie, he only played 57. Then 2021, 2022, he played in almost every game. And he hadn't played in almost every game until this past season when he played in 74. Now, I'm not a super analytical guy. I like to claim to be, but when it comes to it, there's people who know more than me, and I'm fine admitting that. But when you take a look at these numbers and you take a look at how the offense is going to look next season, the ball is going to go to 1 to 2 people. Ja or Jaren. KCP may be getting the ball a little bit. Edie, he'll be worrying about getting rebounds when he comes back. Wells, he'll be doing good things. But overall, the scoring is going to come from 2 channels. Ja and Jaren. Jaren and Ja. A and B, no matter how you want to slice it. So, you're looking into this from a player whose dad played in the NBA, coached in the NBA D-League/G League. For those younger fans, it used to be called the D-League. If you didn't know, now you do. And Jarrett and Ja. See, you got me talking about Ja. That's my next video. Jaren's twitching his number. So, overall, we're looking to have a good year from Jaren. Now, what does a good year look like? I'm glad you asked. Now, if you didn't ask, I'm going to tell you anyway, because guess what? You're watching Grizzlies Digest, and I'm Tristan Harlen. What a good year looks like realistically from Jaren. No, it's not 50-40-90. Now, I would love to see that. But I think a good year almost replicates last season's stats, but instead of shooting 49% from the field, you're shooting a little above 50. Maybe he's averaging 25 to 28 points a game. Now, I'm not saying he can go out there. He needs to go out there and score 30 a game. I would love it if he could. I know he could. I would love it if he would, but the big thing I want to see Jaren take a leap in this season is his rebounding numbers. Now, 5.6 not ties his career low, but since he came into the season, averaging 4.7, 4.6, and he took a leap up to 5. He's kind of on the backwards trend because he averaged almost 7 rebounds in 2022, 2023. Jesus. I want to see Jaren averaged 7 to 8 rebounds a game. Is that a lot to ask for? No, because he's a power forward. Realistically, he needs to be getting these rebounds. Now, from what I want to see him regress in, I want to see his personal fouls take a huge dip. There is no reason on God's green earth I should be turning on a Grizzlies game and we're halfway through the third quarter and Jaren Jackson fouling out. Or Jaren Jackson's got 4 fouls or 5 fouls or he's got 3 fouls before halftime. I get it, teams are going to attack Jaren because he's a foul merchant. But in the grand scheme of things, he needs to only be averaging 2.5 fouls a game. Maybe 3. If the Grizzlies want to be, instead of a play-in first-round exit team, maybe a second to third-round exit team. Now, overall, I would love to see his plus minus in the plus minus category jump up as well. Now, last season he had a plus of 4.5. Season prior to that he had minus of 5.2. Here's the thing, and I'm just going to be blatantly honest with you guys. If he's going to be shooting 17 field goals a game, he needs to be making 9 or 10. If Ja's not going to be playing 82 games this season, Jaren needs to take a leadership role. And he doesn't need to worry about three-point shooting unless he's just butt-naked, nasty open. And what I mean by, and I know a lot of people are just kind of raising their eyebrow at what I mean by that. But what I mean by that is if he's open at the corner and there's nobody within 100 feet of him, he needs to shoot it. Or if he's at the top of the key and somebody is waiting for him to shoot it to get a rebound, he just needs to go ahead and shoot it and make it. We've seen him shoot it from the top and being able to make it. We've seen him shoot it from the right wing and being able to make it left wing. We've seen him make it from all over beyond the arc. But he needs to be more consistent and he needs to be more confident in that shot. Again, he's a forward, so he's not going to make 100% of his three-pointers. Nobody in the NBA is going to make 100% of the three-pointers, and I get that. I understand that. But statistically, I'm going to go ahead and say that Jaren is on the trend to average 25 or more. Come back to me in February when he's only averaging 20. You can call me an idiot. I don't care. But from what it looks like to me and how hungry Jaren seems to be to start this season, I think he's going to average 25 or more. But time will tell. We're on the quest and on the track to the start of the regular season. Of course, when news drops, we'll be here at Grizzlies Digest to report it. But again, this is video 1 of 4 videos I'm going to be putting out in today and tomorrow. So if you like what you see, like what you hear, like watching content over the Memphis Grizzlies, my favorite team, your favorite team, everybody in the Mid-South's favorite team. Hopefully, if you're not a fan of the Grizzlies and you live in the Mid-South, then something's wrong with you. Be sure to click that subscribe button, like the video, comment. What do you? Here's what I do. This is what I do. I don't know what Jared does, but this is what I do. Comment down below. How do you think Jaren's season is going to go? Do you think he's going to score more than 25, less than 25? Do you think his rebound numbers are going to increase, or do you think his foul numbers are going to increase? Let me know in the comments. And for whatever reason, if you share this video on Twitter, X, Instagram, whatever, let me know your thoughts in your comments down below. Be sure to like the video, comment, share the video with your friends, family, dogs, cats, lizards, uncles, aunts, grandma, grandpas, best friends, bridesmaids, whoever likes watching the Grizzlies. I'm going to reset, and I'll be right back for more Memphis Grizzlies content right here on Grizzlies Digest. Go Bruins!